The natural state of Arkansas boasts not just breathtaking beauty but also a reputation for the unexplained. From Civil War battlefields to abandoned asylums, whispers of restless spirits and chilling encounters have echoed through the state for centuries. Here's a glimpse into 10 of Arkansas's most haunted locations, based on historical accounts and contemporary reports. 1. The Crescent Hotel and Eureka Springs. Historic District, Eureka Springs. Nestled in the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas sits the Grand Crescent Hotel, a Victorian-era gem that boasts a history as rich as its burgundy trimmings. Built in the late 1880s as a luxurious escape for the well-heeled, the Crescent was a symbol of elegance and prosperity. But time, as it often does, had other plans. After a failed attempt as a college and a stint as a hospital, the grandeur faded, and whispers of a different kind began to fill the air. The whispers spoke of restless spirits, forever tethered to the Crescent's halls. One such spirit is said to be a doctor, forever searching for a cure in the echoing corridors. Another is a young woman who met a tragic end, her mournful sigh chilling guests who dare to wander near the window where she fell. But the most peculiar apparition is Morris, a playful ghost cat who some claim to feel brushing against their legs or hear the faint meow echoing through the halls. The rumors of haunting started swirling in the 1930s, fueled by strange occurrences and unsettling feelings. Guests reported flickering lights, unexplained noises, and the eerie sensation of being watched. The stories grew with each passing decade, solidifying the Crescent Hotel's reputation as a hotbed of paranormal activity. The entire town of Eureka Springs, where the hotel resides, has a reputation for being a haven for spirits. Maybe it's the natural beauty of the Ozarks or the charming Victorian architecture, but something about this place seems to hold on to echoes of the past. Today, the Crescent Hotel embraces its spooky side. Ghost tours lead curious visitors through the supposedly haunted halls, and special events like seances and overnight investigations attract paranormal enthusiasts from all corners of the globe. Whether you're a skeptic or a true believer, the Crescent Hotel offers a glimpse into a bygone era, a place where history and mystery intertwine, leaving you wondering just who or what might be sharing the Grand Hotel with you. 2. The Clayton House, Fort Smith. The Clayton House in Fort Smith, Arkansas, chills visitors to the bone with its whispers of a bygone era. Built in 1852, this grand antebellum mansion witnessed its share of joy before the storm clouds of the Civil War rolled in. During the conflict, it transformed into a Union Army hospital, its elegant rooms echoing with the cries of wounded soldiers. Sadly, many soldiers succumbed to their injuries within these walls, and their stories are said to linger even today. The Clayton House earned its reputation as haunted sometime after the war. Visitors report an unsettling atmosphere, a heavy cloak of despair that seems to seep into their bones. Eerie disembodied voices whisper through empty rooms, and some claim to see apparitions of soldiers, their ghostly forms wandering the halls in their faded blue uniforms. One particularly unsettling account involves a group of tourists who spent the night in the house. In the dead of night, they were awakened by the unmistakable sound of a mournful trumpet playing a melancholic tune. The sound seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once, filling the house with an oppressive sadness. When they investigated, they found no source for the music, only an unsettling chill hanging in the air. Whether the Clayton House is truly haunted or not remains a mystery, but the stories and experiences of visitors paint a picture of a place forever marked by the suffering of war. If you're brave enough to step into its halls, be prepared for a chill that goes beyond the Arkansas winter. 3. The Peele Mansion and Botanical Garden, Bentonville. Nestled amongst the lush greenery of Bentonville, Arkansas, stands the Peele Mansion and Botanical Garden. This opulent estate, built in the early 1900s by Colonel Clayton Peele, boasts a grand history shrouded in whispers of the supernatural. Colonel Peele, a successful businessman, envisioned the mansion as a haven for his family. Tragedy, however, struck soon after its completion. His wife, Lavinia, passed away unexpectedly, leaving a void that some believe lingers within the mansion walls. Visitors report a persistent feeling of sadness, a chill that settles in specific rooms despite the warmth outside, and even the faint scent of Lavinia's favorite lavender perfume. But the mansion's haunting isn't limited to the Colonel's grief. Guests have also recounted encounters with the spirit of a young girl, believed to be a former servant. The sound of children's laughter echoing through empty halls, doors creaking open and shut on their own, and fleeting glimpses of a figure in a long white dress have all been reported. One particularly unsettling experience involved a group of paranormal investigators who spent the night in the mansion. They captured an electronic voice phenomenon, EVP recording, a voice believed to be from the spirit world. The voice, a young girl's whisper, spoke the chilling phrase, "I'm here." Whether these experiences are a product of overactive imaginations or something more remains a mystery. However, the Peele Mansion's combination of opulent architecture, tragic history, and chilling encounters has cemented its place as a legend in the Ozarks, beckoning curious visitors and ghost hunters alike to explore its enigmatic halls. 4. The Old Toltec Mound State Park, Scott County. Deep in the heart of Scott County, Arkansas, lies the Old Toltec Mound State Park. Shrouded in moss and mystery, these earthen mounds stand as silent sentinels, whispering tales of a forgotten civilization. Built by the Mississippian people centuries ago, they were centers of power and ceremony, places where the ancestors were honored and the spirits walked. The whispers of the past cling to these mounds like morning mist. Legends passed down through generations speak of a powerful shaman buried beneath the earthworks, his spirit forever bound to the land. Visitors who dare to explore after dusk report strange occurrences that send shivers down their spines. Eerie lights flicker on the horizon, flitting through the trees like fireflies on a mission. Whispers drift on the wind, voices that seem to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. An unsettling feeling of being watched creeps over them, a prickling sensation that makes them want to turn and run. One particularly chilling story involves a group of teenagers who ventured into the park one moonless night. As they explored the mounds, their flashlights flickered and died, plunging them into an inky blackness. Panic seized them as they stumbled around, disoriented and afraid. Then they heard it, a low chanting, rising from the depths of the earth. It seemed to vibrate through their very bones, sending chills down their spines and making the hair on their arms stand on end. They bolted from the park, vowing never to return. Whether these experiences are mere campfire tales or glimpses into another reality remains a mystery. But one thing is certain: the old Toltec mounds hold a power that continues to captivate and unnerve visitors to this day. Perhaps it's the weight of history that presses down, or the whispers of the ancestors carried on the wind. Whatever the reason, the Old Toltec Mound State Park remains a place where the veil between the worlds seems thin, a place where the past brushes against the present, and where even the most skeptical mind can't help but wonder, what secrets lie hidden beneath the earth? 5. The Basin Park Hotel, Eureka Springs. Nestled amidst the Victorian charm of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, sits the Basin Park Hotel, a grand dame with a touch of the otherworldly. Built in 1905, this historic gem has not only collected stories and memories but whispers of a more restless kind. The whispers began not long after the hotel opened its doors. Guests and staff alike started reporting strange happenings. Eerie, disembodied voices echoed down empty hallways, unsettling chills snaked through rooms, and fleeting apparitions flickered in the corner of one's eye. One particularly unnerving account comes from a housekeeper who swore she saw a man in old-fashioned clothing vanish into thin air as she cleaned a guest room. The legend goes that the restless spirit haunting the halls could be Thomas Jefferson Hardin, the hotel's architect. Tragedy struck during construction when Hardin fell from the scaffolding, losing his life before seeing his grand design completed. Perhaps his unfinished business or the suddenness of his demise keeps him tethered to the hotel he envisioned. Today, the Basin Park Hotel welcomes guests with a mix of Victorian elegance and a dash of the unexplained. While some stay solely for the luxurious accommodations and breathtaking views, others come seeking a brush with the paranormal. Ghost tours lead visitors through the very halls where the most activity is reported, and some claim to capture electronic voice phenomena, EVPs, recordings of disembodied whispers and voices. Whether the Basin Park Hotel is truly haunted or not remains a mystery. But one thing is certain: its history and the chilling tales surrounding it have solidified its place as a destination for both luxury seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. 6. The Gurdon Ghost Light. Gurdon. Down in the heart of Arkansas, nestled amongst rolling hills and sleepy towns, lurks a mystery that's been keeping folks wide-eyed for over 90 years. It's not a creepy old house on a hill, nor a shadowy figure lurking in the woods. No, this enigma flickers with an eerie blue-white glow, a ghostly light that haunts a stretch of Highway 79 near the town of Gurdon. The sightings began way back in the 1930s, sending shivers down the spines of local drivers. This wasn't your average car headlight. It danced and swayed along the tree line, seemingly detached from any vehicle. Theories swirled faster than the wind whipping across the highway. Some folks reckoned it was just car lights reflecting off puddles, a mundane explanation for an extraordinary sight. But others, those with a taste for the spooky, whispered tales of a restless spirit. One particularly chilling story involves a railroad worker named Will. Legend says he met his unfortunate demise on the very tracks the light now haunts. Some say he was decapitated by a passing train, his lantern forever searching for his lost head. Others claim he was involved in a brawl with a fellow worker, leaving his lantern as the only witness to the tragedy. Whatever the truth, the legend of Will's ghost light has become a local landmark, drawing curious visitors from all corners. Even today, on dark and stormy nights, some claim to see the Gurdon light flitting about. Is it a restless spirit, a trick of the light, or something else entirely? The mystery remains unsolved, a flickering beacon that continues to capture the imagination of anyone who dares to venture down Highway 79 after dark. So, the next time you find yourself cruising through Arkansas, keep your eyes peeled for the Gurdon light. You might just witness a piece of local folklore come alive. 7. The Desha County Courthouse, Desha County. The Desha County Courthouse, a stern structure built in the dusty plains of Arkansas in the late 1800s, has a history as rich and dramatic as any Wild West tale. But its drama isn't confined to dusty legal records. Whispers of the courthouse's dark past linger in the very air it holds. Back in the days of cowboys and outlaws, the courthouse was the scene of a particularly brutal shootout. Shots echoed through the grand halls, leaving a trail of death and despair. Ever since, stories have swirled about the courthouse being haunted by the restless souls who met their end there. Lawyers and clerks alike have reported strange occurrences. The rhythmic echo of footsteps on the grand staircase, even when no one is there. Whispers in deserted hallways, voices that seem to plead or curse in the dead of night, and a bone-chilling cold that settles in specific spots, as if a presence lingers, unable to find peace. One particularly unsettling tale involves a young janitor working late one night. He swore he saw a figure in the judge's chambers, a tall man in a dusty old suit, his back turned. The janitor called out, but the figure vanished into thin air. The next morning, frantic, the janitor pointed out a bullet hole in the wall behind the judge's chair, a hole no one had ever noticed before. It was exactly where the judge had been fatally shot during the infamous Courthouse shootout. Whether these stories are simply spooky campfire tales or something more, the Desha County Courthouse remains an intriguing place. For those brave enough to step inside its creaky halls, a sense of history hangs heavy in the air, a reminder of the courthouse's wild past and the whispers of those who may not have found peace. 8. The Eastern State Hospital, Little Rock. In the heart of Arkansas, nestled amongst overgrown trees and peeling paint, stands the eerie Eastern State Hospital. Once a bustling asylum brimming with patients in the late 1800s, it now stands silent, a chilling monument to a bygone era. Marked for closure in the 1990s due to shockingly inhumane conditions, whispers of the hospital's dark past still linger in the air. Stories abound of mistreated patients subjected to barbaric treatments and heartbreaking deaths within its cold stone walls. These unsettling tales have fueled speculation for decades. Could the hospital be haunted by the restless souls of those who suffered there? Urban explorers and ghost hunters, drawn by the allure of the unknown, have ventured into the abandoned halls, only to return with chilling accounts. Unexplained sounds echo through the empty corridors, disembodied whispers brush past ears, and an oppressive feeling of despair hangs heavy in the air. One such explorer reported a bone-chilling experience, a feeling of being watched as they walked down a darkened hallway, followed by the faint image of a translucent figure flitting out of sight at the end of the corridor. Another described a sudden drop in temperature, accompanied by the overwhelming scent of old medicine and despair. While the truth behind these reports remains shrouded in mystery, one thing is certain: the Eastern State Hospital's past is undeniably bleak. Whether the whispers of ghosts are just echoes of a troubled past or something more, the hospital's chilling atmosphere and tragic history are enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of humane treatment, especially for the most vulnerable members of society. 9. The Vanishing Hitchhiker of Highway 365, South Arkansas. The asphalt stretches endlessly under the pale moonlight, a ribbon of gray cutting through the dense forests of southern Arkansas. This is Highway 365, a lonely road whispered about for decades by locals and weary travelers alike. Legends claim it's haunted by a spectral hitchhiker, a figure forever doomed to roam the roadside. The first stories surfaced in the early 1900s, a time when cars were temperamental and journeys felt perilous. Tales spoke of a young woman in a tattered white dress, appearing on the roadside during storms or thick fog. Kind-hearted drivers would offer her a ride, only to find the empty seat beside them after a few turns. One chilling account describes a trucker who picked up the hitchhiker on a rainy night. He offered her a warm blanket, but when he glanced over a few moments later, the seat was vacant. The blanket folded neatly as if no one had ever been there. The legend of the vanishing hitchhiker has persisted for generations, adding to the eerie mystique of Highway 365. Many dismiss it as a campfire story, but the desolate landscape and unexpected bends in the road can certainly heighten the feeling of unease. Even in the daytime, a sense of watchful eyes lingers, making you check the back seat twice. Whether it's a figment of overactive imaginations or a genuine paranormal phenomenon, the vanishing hitchhiker remains a chilling reminder of the mysteries that linger along forgotten roads. 10. Pea Ridge National Military Park, Benton County. Nestled in the rolling hills of Benton County, Arkansas, lies Pea Ridge National Military Park. This seemingly peaceful landscape holds a dark secret, a brutal Civil War battle that unfolded in 1862. The clash between Union and Confederate forces was one of the bloodiest in the Trans-Mississippi Theater, leaving thousands dead and wounded on both sides. It's no surprise, then, that whispers of restless spirits and lingering echoes of the battle have swirled around Pea Ridge for over a century. The park itself is a beautiful tapestry of rolling hills, forested trails, and well-preserved Civil War trenches. But visitors often report an unsettling feeling as they wander the grounds. An inexplicable chill might crawl down your spine, or a sense of being watched settle over you. Some claim to hear faint whispers carried on the breeze, whispers that seem to speak of a bygone era. The most hair-raising tales come from those who've witnessed ghostly apparitions. Eerie figures in faded blue or gray uniforms, the colors of the Union and Confederacy, have been spotted flitting through the trees or lingering near battle sites. One particularly chilling account comes from a park ranger who, during a nighttime patrol, saw a group of soldiers huddled around a flickering campfire in a secluded clearing. As he approached, the figures vanished, leaving only the dying embers as evidence of their spectral presence. Whether these stories are fueled by overactive imaginations or hold a grain of truth, Pea Ridge National Military Park offers a unique blend of history and the paranormal. For those brave enough to explore its hidden corners, the park might just whisper tales of its bloody past.